This is Hina, the voice behind Dr. Teeth. Before we proceed to the video, how about hitting that bell icon to get notified every single time we upload a new video? And hey, you can also check out our playlist on our channel for more awesome videos. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Got it.
Assalamu alaikum. Let us study some of the basics about the keratinized epithelium today. So the keratinized epithelium consists of some cells, and these cells are called as keratinocytes. Okay, and we have 4 types of cells arranged starting from the basement or the basal layer till the topmost. So we have the basal cell, then we have the spinous cell, granular, and the topmost here we have the cornified. The thing to keep in mind here is that all these names are derived from the appearance of these cells. This is called the basal cell because these cells are near the basement membrane, or they are the closest to the basement membrane. They are the basal cells, and these are called the spinous. So let us suppose we have cells here. These are the spinous cells. So these are attached to each other by desmosomes, right? So what happens is, during the histologic preparation, these cells will shrink, but they will remain in contact with each other at these points. So let us suppose these cells have shrunken, but they are still attached to each other at the desmosome. So this gives them spiny or prickle-like profile. That is why this is known as the spinous cell. Next up we have the granular cell. So these are called the granular because they are intensely packed with granules, and these granules are the keratohyalin granule. And let us note that these granules, they stain intensely with acid dyes such as hematoxylin, that is, they are basophilic. Okay. Now the cornified layer is called because this layer, it contains squams. So here basically the cells have died and have lost all their cell organelles and even the nuclei, and later in this video we will come to know that if the nuclei are present, some pycnotic nuclei are present here, let's say, so that will be called as parakeratinized. Okay, but if there is no nuclei present, it will be called as orthokeratinized. So little more detail on this as we proceed in the video. So we are done with the 4 layers. We have the basal, spinous, granular and cornified. So these are also called as stratum basale, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum and stratum corneum. So coming back to this diagram here, this reminds me of some sort of organization or company running here. So each category we can divide all these levels as levels of promotion, like, you know, just an employee, say clerk, and then manager, vice president, chairman. I say this because each of these persons, they are actually working and getting promoted to the levels. For example, let us consider this cell here. This is the basal cell. So this cell has 2 choices. Either it can remain here, and divide again, or it gets determined that I don't want to divide again and I want to get promoted. Okay, so here it can get determined. So when you see the term determined, it means that the cell chose to get to a higher level rather than being at the basal layer and divide. So each cell here can get promoted to another level at different time. Okay. So when it migrates upward, here you can see it has changed the shape. Okay, so this migration, it is accompanied by change in the shape. So this basal cell, it has migrated one level, or say promoted to one level, and it changed its shape, and along with the shape it also had some biochemical changes. So this is called differentiation. This change in shape and some biochemical changes that happen, this is called as differentiation. Now after multiple migration, the cell will eventually die here and it is shed off, and this is called as desquamation. Now this entire journey or entire process of cell migration from the basal to the surface, it is called as maturation. Okay, from here the entire journey to here, this is called as maturation. Now another term is the turnover rate. So the time it takes to complete this journey, the time it has taken to complete this journey, that is the turnover rate. Now I have a question for you. Just go through the textbook and comment below. Now these basal cells, they contain DNA and mitosis happens here. So new cells are forming here, we already got to know. But some mitotic figures could be seen in the spinous cell as well. That is why these two together, they are called as stratum germinativum. But remember that only the basal cells can divide, even though both these layers have been called as the stratum germinativum together. Also, let us keep in mind that there are two types of subpopulation of the basal cell. We have serrated and we have non-serrated cell. So the serrated one has a lot of tonofilaments in them, and the second one is non-serrated and has slowly cycling stem cells. Now the stem cell also has two kinds of cell. We have the preserving cell, they preserve the genetic information, and we have the amplifying cells, they increase the number of cell for maturation. Now talking about keratinization, there are two variations of keratinization. We have orthokeratinization and we have parakeratinization. So in orthokeratinization, there are no nucleus present. So here in this layer, there will be no nucleus present. So that will be orthokeratinization. And in parakeratinization, there will be pycnotic nuclei present, like some remnants of nuclei. Okay. So to remember this is ortho O0 means no nucleus, and P for parakeratinized and P for pycnotic nuclei. Now in the next video, we will be studying how this basal cell is attached to the connective tissue, and we will also study about these cells individually. I hope you found the video helpful. Don't forget to give a big fat thumbs up. Take care till we meet next time. Allah Hafiz.